I can't believe it. You will never guess who Brick got for this week's episode of Reppin Fitness. None other than posing and fitness coach Lisa Kay. On this episode, we talk about the basics of getting started on your fitness journey, all the way to getting your pro card and competing on the big stage. If you'd like to support the podcast, head over to brickheadstrong.com and pick up some merch you can wear to the gym. Oh yeah, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. But for now, let's get those reps. Lisa, it's Brick Headstrong. Welcome to Reppin Fitness.
Hi, Brick. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So this is a podcast where I talk to fitness pros and coaches like yourself about fitness and what you do in the fitness world. Now, Brick recently attended the Jack Sassaman competition in Allentown, and that's where I first saw you. And that was my first event. I've never been to one of those before. Craig, you know Craig?
Absolutely. I know Craig for many years. He's a good friend.
He's a great guy. He put me over by the microwave, and it turns out that's one of the best spots in the house.
Yeah, you get a lot of traffic there.
Right. This, like I said, I've never been to an event like this. It was a lot of fun. Watching people scream and yell on stage. That was nuts.
Wait, so were you at the one this past Saturday or the Lehigh Valley?
No. I was at the Lehigh Valley one. Lehigh Valley.
Okay, because we had another one on Saturday.
Yeah. I saw that. How did that go? You had some clients in it.
Yes, I did. Not as many as the Lehigh Valley. That show was a little smaller. Well, I should say shows because it was a back-to-back run doubleheader. So,
okay.
Yeah. Same place, was held at the same place, which actually happens to be my old high school where I was an assistant coach.
I saw that. I heard that. I also saw you got a big trophy. You won an award.
I did. Yes, I did at the Lehigh Valley. Yes, I won the team trophy. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You have a lot of clients that compete. How many were on stage over the last two?
I had 17 at the Lehigh Valley, 10 that I actually coach and pose.
Nice.
And I had 7 that are my just posing that I just pose. And then this past one, I had 3 that I coach and 5 that I pose. So
Wow.
coach and pose. Yeah. So yeah, it was 8. I think I had 8 in this last one, 7 or 8. It's like the lost track. But yeah, it's a lot, it really is. It's a lot. And the ones that I had that when I say I'm posing, they're, I spend quite a bit of time posing with them. They're clients that, it's not just like one posing session and we're on our way. We've developed routines and work together and, you put time in with them too. So you get to know them almost as well as I do my clients that I coach and pose.
Yeah, so you're not just your regular fitness coach. You're prepping people to get on stage, doing poses. What's the difference? How did you get into doing this specifically?
Well, you mean like coaching?
Yeah, like coaching with posing.
Well, I actually, I started posing a few years back and started in my home and put in, mirrors and was just posing people in my home. And then I ended up with Powerhouse Gym in Bethlehem as the resident posing coach. And so they've been very good to me and we have a great relationship. And so I have a posing room there, which is nice because a lot of the clients can come in and they can pose and work out or work out and then pose. And, it's a great location. It's kind of centrally located for people that are coming from Philly or New Jersey. I have people that come from Delaware. I think it's a really good area that I think it's easily reached by a lot of different even New York. I have people that come in from New York. So
New York.
Yeah, and it works out very well. My sessions are all an hour at the.
An hour.
Now I do online too, but those are only a half an
Oh,
hour. And the hour sessions are at Powerhouse in person, and yeah, people come and pose and work out, or just pose and go home. It works out quite well. I've been very busy.
now wait a minute. You said that you used to have this at your house. What'd
I
that look
only
like?
Well, I had Jack's Glass come in and put a whole
Whoa.
mirrored studio in my home.
Do you still
But
have it?
I do, and I do still occasionally pose some people in my home. Particularly, I have a few clients that live close to me, and
Oh.
so it's kind of foolish to make them drive down to Paris. I don't have many that I'll still do in my home, but every once in a while, I will have someone come up to my house and pose here. How I got started with this is really it's hard to explain because I think it comes from this sounds crazy, but if I go back, like I asked myself this with the posing, I mean, I've been around a lot of pros in the past few years, men and women. My own posing coach was, an Olympian. And so it's just, I've developed a lot of little things that I do with my clients over the years. But I back in the day when I was in college, I think I started out as an art major. I did start out as
Oh.
an art major, and the um, the studio art that I was in had a lot of nude drawing in it. And I know it sounds crazy, but you really do start to understand the human lines
Oh
through
yeah.
through drawing. And then I spent my last year of my college over in France, and it was a lot of studio art and men, women, nude drawing. And you're really looking at the lines. You're really not, you're not like looking at the person as a
Right.
sexual
Right.
being. You're looking at them as a very artistic being. And so I think that sort of stayed with my mindset about how to see the lines in a person when they are posing. Now,
Oh.
fast forward that to me having been a teacher and an assistant principal all my life. I think that educational part of me has always been with it. So I switched from art major. My father told me I would be a starving artist. So I ended up being a teacher for many years. I taught English and reading, and then I became an assistant principal. But that part about teaching, you can't learn to read until you know the alphabet. You can't learn algebra
Right.
unless you
Right.
add and subtract, right? So when I get a client, you get a client that's at a base level and they're just starting to understand how to move their body, or you get one that has had some experience or that has been an athlete in some other way, and then you end up combining like your worlds. So I think that, and plus I've been a pro now for like quite a few years, and also with that, I think it's just kind of I've been around a lot of the men, women who have helped posing, and that's how I started with that, and then I ended up just adding on the coaching because it was like a natural sequence of things.
Right. That's how Brick feels. I've been thinking about becoming a coach, but I like helping coaches. I help them find new clients, people that match their goals. But
Yeah, yeah.
when you take on a new client, what do you have any requirements?
Well, it depends if they want to be a lifestyle client or if they want to be a competition client. And then some want to start off as lifestyle and then kind of transition into a competition client. So I would say that if they come to me and they are not sure, and I would say, as far as the requirements go, I really would like to, and they're not sure, I try to make them feel comfortable, but I'd like them to understand that following the plan if they've never done that before, following their cardio plan, their supplement plan, and their meal plans and training plans is very, very key to reaching their goals. And I think what you have to make a new client understand is that what is their goal? I always ask them, what are your goals? And if their goals don't align with what they have to do, then I have to make them understand that we have to make that shift. For example, if you get a client that really wants to do a show and they're maybe 20 weeks out or so, so they, oh, I've just been substituting this, and this. Do I have to do my cardio in the morning fasted, or can I do, it's the more you can make them understand that what they're doing there has to align with their goals. Now, obviously, if you don't want that goal and you want to just look good, stay fit, yeah, maybe we can cut some slack on some of those things. But I really want to make my clients understand that if you're going for a certain goal, we have to do A, B, and C to get to that goal. So, requirements per se, I would just say that it's just making them understand good communication that there is like a roadmap you have to follow.
So, Lisa, I want you to take a look at me, and we're about 3 months out from Mr. Olympia. Do you think we can get there in 3 months with me? Or what would you suggest for somebody if they're 3 months out from a competition? What kind of plan? Are they too late, or can they make it work?
It depends on what they look like, really. And I would say the first thing for you is probably get your hair cut. You might need a haircut.
Oh
I'm not
no,
on stage with that.
I
Oh
didn't
my
even
God.
consider that.
So it depends what the person looks like. There are some people that in a 12-week prep we can squeeze that out. We
Yeah, nice.
and if we have to, and they're at a point where I think they could, which is not that often. But I prefer 16 to 20-week preps. I really do. I
16 to
think
20. Amazing.
some need more. You get some people that have to lose quite a bit of weight or that aren't used to being on that type of a schedule, like we talked about. They may be 30 weeks out. So, what we call that then is more of a functional health until we get to that part where we can actually put that person into deficit. I'll give you an example. So you get a person like this. This is an example. They have reduced their intake so much that they now aren't losing weight, and they are obese, and they have reduced their intake. They keep reducing it thinking they're just going to lose the weight. What happens is the metabolism stalls. And so what is very, very difficult is to try to make the client understand that I need to feed them and they're going to gain weight in order to get them at a place where we can actually start a deficit. And
Interesting. You got to get the
yeah,
body, the machine, oiled up and ready to roll.
yeah, it's like a car. Do you want to put high octane gas in that car and have it run well, or would you like to have it run on fumes? And
Yeah.
it's not going to run well on fumes. After a while, it's just going to kind of go and chug along. And so that's exactly what, and having the client understand that, and again, it's that communication and that functional health part of it in those 8 weeks or so are going to actually rev their metabolism and get them in a position where we can work on a deficit. That can be very tricky because they're seeing the scale go up. And that becomes then a huge trust bond between coach and client, which I think is absolutely paramount as a coach, is to make sure that you have the trust with your clients.
Absolutely. You got to be able to trust each other and then see your goals through. So,
Yeah.
one question I had for you is that you had some clients place very well in the regionals. What happens
Thank you.
next?
Well, I do have a few clients that will be doing nationals, and so
Whoa, that's cool. When's that?
well, I have a couple that are doing Universe, which is over the 4th of July weekend in New Jersey, in
Nice.
Teaneck, New Jersey. And then I also have a few that are going to be doing Masters National in
Masters
Pittsburgh.
National.
And so far,
Whoa.
that's where we are with those two national shows. My guess is that I will probably have some doing North Americans as well, but we're not there yet. That one is not until the beginning of September. So, we're kind of just getting through some of the amateur shows, the regional shows right now, and then I'm sure we will have some in the North Americans as well.
Right. So, what I understand is you do need to win one of your regional events in order to qualify for some of these bigger ones, right?
Yeah, except if you're a masters. If you are a masters, you simply have to do a regional show in order to qualify.
You
So
don't even have to win.
no, no,
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah, it might be top five, but I'm not sure. Actually, they did change some of the rulings post COVID. I believe it, and just same way they have kept it as the open class.
Oh,
The pro cards will go to the one and two. In a master's class, in the national level, you do have to win your class.
would I be
So,
considered open?
uh, well, Rick.
How about Class P?
Brick, you could maybe start a puppet division and you could win that.
I'm gonna have to talk to Craig. Get that going.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
listen, Craig's open to, accommodating people. So you might just, you might just be onto something.
You know, she makes a good point. I never really thought about the fact I might need a haircut. What do you think? What kind of haircut should Brick Headstrong get? Should I get a mohawk? Or maybe I should just shave my head entirely? What do you think? Leave a comment and let me know what you think. And now, let's get back to the repisode. So, Lisa, this is Reppin Fitness, and it would be foolish of us to not talk about reps. So, were you at the gym today?
Not yet. I am going
Not
to work
yet?
out at home today. Yeah, I have a lot of check-ins on a Monday, so I've been busy doing all of those.
Now, when you're at the gym or when you're working out, what rep ranges are you in right now?
12 to 15.
12 to 15? Now, when you're prepping for stage, I hear higher reps. Is that the case?
Yeah, my training, the way I train is, and the way I have my clients train, even in off season, I really am about volume because
Oh, that's awesome.
volume sculpts. We're not power lifters. If you look at how a power lifter is built, and then you look at a bodybuilder who is competing for a show, or even my lifestyle clients, I don't have them lifting real heavy. I'll just clarify one thing. My whole training is for my clients and myself is volume. However, in an off season, there are sometimes plans that I will deliver to my clients which have some heavier weights in it. For example, some of my clients, I will have them do some heavier squatting over their off season. But most of their workouts are volume based.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you saw, but Brick's wearing a more reps shirt. I love reps.
Yeah. It's a great way to train. It really is. And also, I believe you are at less risk of injury when you are doing volume as opposed to heavy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the focus is on form. And
It's
when you're lifting heavy, it's more likely you might screw something up. So,
Yeah, or we just misjudge sometimes the amount of weight that we can do, and
yeah.
some people pull muscles and or ligaments, and then we're out for a while. And I've done it. I've had where I tend to pull things is my back, because as a figure pro, we really, really focus on our back. And, I'll really push things a little bit. And, every once in a while, I get a pull in my back and have to see my sports
Uh,
doctor. It happens.
Now, when you're at the gym, um, what type of music do you like to listen to? Also, follow up question. When you're going on stage, what's your entrance music?
Well, I do listen to a lot of different music. I'm an alternative music girl. I love alternative,
Okay.
but I also am really into, for mind focus. It's really strange music, I'm sure, but people do. It's called chill jazz vibes. If you're on Spotify and you want, it's called chill jazz vibe, and it really is a lot of horns, a lot of kind of mindfulness type music. It's a lot slower, and it really does put me in focus. If I really want to get myself more of an upbeat type thing, I will listen more to the alternative, a little bit of rock now and then. But I'm more of an alternative person. I love that kind of music, and I do like the chill jazz vibe music, because it's more of an internal, like turning inward. The last 2 weeks before I have a competition, I really do try to turn inward and not worry about Instagram that much. And obviously, I have to post certain things, but not really
All
like the
right.
scrolling. Oh my God, look at this, look at this. I turn inward, more of a focus, more of a center, more of a balance. And that's where I go more into the slower, calming music. And
Wow.
yeah, yeah. And if I am going on stage, that's what I tend to listen to. I tend to listen to something that's more soothing rather than upbeat. I find that that gets me more into a focus. But like working out, I'll listen to alternative, and I love Coldplay. Those kinds. I just those kind of bands.
Brick's been looking for you because I was talking to someone the other day about classical music at the gym. I was never heard somebody doing it, but now I found you.
Yeah.
What exercises are you doing when you're listening?
I mean, I have my back days, my shoulders, my glutes and hamstrings, anything, any day. It doesn't even matter.
Wow.
I don't have certain music for certain days. It's when I'm at the gym, if I feel like I want to hit some alternative, or I'll switch it to my playlist and put something more mellow on that. And I think people will probably think I'm crazy to not be listening to some headbang and when I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to curse, maybe on our
I got
podcast.
you. I got you. I'll bleep it.
but
Don't worry.
but I just really don't, that's not my thing. And I would rather be more in focus of what I'm doing, than and what I'm listening to, than to focus more on the music, as opposed, when you have something that's a little bit more mellow, I feel like you can kind of focus more on you and your form and your exercises. So I try not to be, um, like scrolling to go to the next song, the next song, the next song. And I think sometimes when you're listening to music that is more of a current, that current music today, whatever, you tend to do. I don't like this song. I don't like this song. And then you're kind of just scrolling around after a while on Spotify or Pandora or whatever, and you really do break your stride in by doing that. I try not to do that, which is another reason why I like listening to something that is a little bit more softer and a little bit more mellow and a little bit more uh, of a background kind of music, if you will.
Now you said that's a playlist on Spotify.
Yeah, it is.
What was the
Chill
name of
jazz
it? What was the
vibes.
name of it? Chill
Chill
Jazz Vibes.
vibes. Yeah, it's great.
Brick's gonna take a look. I'm gonna give that a shot. I've been wanting to. I've been wanting to listen to jazz at the gym. I've been wanting to,
The
but
thing is,
I
it's
felt a
not
little self-conscious about it.
it's not the kind of jazz that is like all over the place, like that crazy jazz. It's
Oh
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. It's not like that. So, because I have not developed my taste in jazz to go to that level yet. I don't even think I ever will. But this is definitely not. I mean, you could probably take the word jazz off of that and have chill vibes and have very similar music. That's what it is. So, but
Yeah.
for some reason, it has the word. jazzed by it. So, but yeah, it's a little deceptive. It's not really true jazz.
Nice. Well, this has been great. So before I let you go, Brick, like I said, I'm trying to get into Mr. Olympia. So after we wrap up, I'd like to discuss maybe perfecting a pose. Maybe you can help me with a pose,
For
and I can
sure.
submit that. I can submit that to Mr. Olympia, and maybe they'll let me in. But I don't want to
You
do that
never
on
know,
air.
bro. You never know. If no one else is there, you could win it all.
You hear that? Lisa K. She said I could win it. I could win Mr. Olympia. Anyways, Lisa, where can people connect with you online?
Sure. They can obviously go to my website, which is www.lisakposing.com. A real easy way is to just simply go on my Instagram at lcrowdfit, IFBB Pro. It's
I'll have that
lcrowdfit,
on the bottom of the screen the whole time. It'll be there so people can connect with you.
lcrowdfit underscore IFBB Pro. And on my website is my phone number, and you can email me also at lisakposing@gmail.com.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for being
Thank
here
you,
as a
Brett.
guest.
It was such a pleasure to
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
meet you and talk with you. So keep working on those reps. I think we've got something.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe next time I'm at an event, I'll come by. We'll say hi and
Yes.
use a microwave.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to stand by the microwave. That's okay. You can
Yeah.
walk around. Feel free to walk around at the shows and say hello.
Great. Well, this has been Reppin Fitness. We'll see you next episode.
Peace.
Wow, what a great episode. Thanks for watching Reppin Fitness. Let me know what you thought. Leave a comment or a review. It helps us show up in the algorithm, and that thing is hard. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
He took the rest to you.